What up, Whiskey Ginger fans? Welcome back to the show. If it's your first time joining the show, welcome to the show. We got a good one for you today. It is Kyle Dunnigan. So very funny, man. So smart, so funny. A man of a million voices and faces. You got to check him out. His Bill Maher is by far my favorite. Love him. I am on tour. Hey, come see me in the fall. Me and Bobby Lee are touring around the country in the fall. We added a bunch of dates. We rescheduled some stuff. We're going to be in Rochester, in Pittsburgh, in Northfield, which is near Cleveland. We're doing DC, Chicago, Milwaukee, Madison. We are jumping around. Go to badfriendspod.com to check out those dates. Badfriendspod.com. Enough rambling from me. Let's go to the episode.
In here, we pour whiskey, 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 whiskey.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Whiskey Ginger. My guest today is one of my favorite people on earth. I say that for all my guests, but I mean him once again today. It's Kyle Dunnigan.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
You can't sip that without cheersing me, Kyle.
I don't know the rules.
Yeah, that's the rules.
You're
Look
supposed
me
to
in the
look at my
face.
eye, aren't you?
Yeah, you look me. Wait, do it again. Look me in the eyes, and you stick out your tongue like this. Yeah, just like a little silly boy. Take a sip. Hold it in.
How do I know if it's good? Like, is there a way to?
Does it feel smooth when it goes down?
I mean, it's pretty similar.
No, so, I mean, no, I don't think so. I think like there's a lot of them I think are not smooth at all.
Okay, let me try.
Like oh, you know what the best part is? Hold it on your tongue for like 5 seconds. Hold it on your tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Let your tongue salivate. And now swallow.
Okay, yeah. No, that's smooth for sure.
Your face. It is smooth.
It's weird because like alcohol tastes terrible, but then we get to a point where like this is good. But
See, it's funny. I think it tastes really good. Some of it.
when you first tried it, did you say, "Yum, this is good"?
Well, when I first tried it, I blacked out on a bottle of rum, spiced rum. So I can't drink. If I have rum now, I'll throw up. The thought
the
of rum
first
is
thing,
repulsive to me. But like we stole a bottle of spiced rum from my buddy Matt's dad, and we sat on a hill behind his house. And you didn't know any better. You're like, how much do you take? And he's like, well, you sip, I'll sip. You sip, I'll sip.
Yeah.
And he threw up
Dangerous.
all over the place. I mean, he puked everywhere, and we were dying laughing. But like the taste of rum now, no thanks.
Yeah.
I'm out. I don't like rum at all.
Yeah.
But whiskey does taste good. When I first had whiskey, I had it mixed with stuff. My grandparents used to drink Manhattans. You know Manhattans?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So I like that because sweet vermouth is in there, cherry juice is in there. It's easy to drink.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
But whiskey on its own, yeah, you got to grow to a little bit. Let's
Yeah,
talk white stuff. We were talking white stuff.
My dad would have it, and I just was always like, and I tried it a few times, and it just always. I mean, if it didn't get you drunk, would you ever drink whiskey?
Yeah, but if there was no payoff for anything, would you ever consume
Oh,
it?
you just blew my mind. Bob, can you take that out? What's his name?
Joe.
Joe, can you take that last thing out?
No,
I said.
leave it in. That's so funny.
Damn it.
No, yeah. What would you? It's like, would you eat healthy food if it had no health benefits?
Exactly. Why doesn't the food that's good for us taste good? Does anybody?
Because they
done
put
research?
cancer in good food. You have to put cancer in good food.
No, like lettuce.
Why doesn't it taste good?
Yeah, why doesn't your body crave what's good for it? That doesn't make sense.
Well, I think because we've interjected all of these chemicals over the years. So I think maybe 1,000 years ago, it probably did taste good. You don't think so? You were around back then?
Yeah, kind of. Kids will be like, blah, to carrots. Like just a child, a baby will be like, blah, and then ice cream, their eyes will bug out and they'll be like,
yeah.
You know.
Well, that has to be because sugar is something that humans crave. Well, I don't know
You know why
we
it
crave
is?
sugar.
Actually, I'm answering my own question. But
Give it.
yeah, there was a time in our evolution where the people who like got honey and like ate a bunch of honey, got fat, like lived through the winter.
Mm-hmm.
And the ones who liked salad and didn't like the sugar and like the carb, the things would get you through a winter died.
Yeah, that's right. Fatties always last.
Yeah.
Fatties live forever, baby.
Yeah. I'm a
You're
fatty.
not a fatty. You're
I'm
a skinny
fatty.
mini,
I'm fat.
dude. Shut up.
I'm so fat.
Do it. I'm fat.
I can't get fat, but what happens in my whole family, there are these just giant rocks on toothpicks, just like the belly comes straight out. And then
Does your
everyone's
dad look like
leaned
that?
over. Everyone on my dad's side just leaned over fat. and just tiny legs. Everything's tiny. The fat goes nowhere but here. It's awful. It's disgusting.
It's toothpicks with you look like bowling pins. It's like tiny, wide, tiny again.
Yeah.
Cute fam.
Attractive. Girls like it.
Girls like you, dude. You're a little.
I don't even date anything. It doesn't.
You don't date anything?
Nothing.
Are you single
I'm on
right
the
now?
apps. Yeah, but like, who? I mean, it's just doing Trump hands. It's just so terrific. I don't date very much. It's hard. My whole group left L.A.
Yeah.
And there was like parties, and you'd meet people.
Sex parties.
Sex parties, and now it's just I don't know. I'm in my house a lot.
How do you don't? So you're on the app, but you don't use them at all. It's a waste of time.
Every now and then I'll go out, but it's been really bad. Like this one girl maybe it's LA, I don't know. But I'm taking her out to dinner, and she's texting.
At dinner.
Like the whole time. And so I took a picture of her texting and I texted it to her. So it would like, boop, come up on her phone, a picture of her texting. I thought that'd be funny or something. Yeah. She goes, oh, I do look cute. But like she thought I was like, look how cute you are. Anyway, I gotta get out of here.
But wait, where'd you go to dinner? That's probably the most important part.
Cheesecake Factory.
Well, that's your fault.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
Good.
Is that where you went to Cheesecake? Where'd you really go?
Cheesecake Factory.
Liar.
I swear to God.
Liar.
Look, is that bad? I think it's a nice place.
No, it's not.
It's packed.
Sure, that doesn't mean it's a nice place.
Doesn't mean it's not. I mean, it means people like it.
Skid Row is packed.
Is
that a nice place?
How's their food?
Actually, really good.
Really?
There's a rat skewer on 4th Street.
Yeah.
Really good.
Like a food truck?
He invites you inside his tent. They should do an MTV Cribs of just tents in Skid Row downtown.
Have
you seen how fucking elaborate some of them are? They're amazing.
Yeah. People build houses.
There's a guy, I was at across the street from the Improv on Melrose. There used to be a restaurant right across the street from, do you remember that big 2-story restaurant? It's been closed for years now. Across the street from the Improv.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Right next to that, on that street, without any exaggeration, the entire block from Melrose to the alleyway, this guy has a fucking maybe 800 square foot tent house that he set up. And it's
not there anymore, right?
No, it's there. It was there 2 nights ago. I was there 3 nights ago. It was stunning.
They've cracked down a little bit here, right? Something happened.
Well, we're in the valley. In the valley, we don't have it like that. Over on the other side, it's bad.
Yeah.
Are you a valley guy? You're a valley boy?
Yeah, I live,
Yeah, valley's the best. Dude.
Yeah.
That stuff stays on that side of the hill. There's homeless guys in the valley, but it's different.
They took over a whole parking lot next to the Ralph's.
I know, I saw that. Yeah.
But then they got rid of it. They completely said, this is our parking lot. And everyone put up giant things.
They killed them all, which is nuts. It's sad.
The police killed them?
Yeah. Cops, dude. When will they stop?
Oh my God, cops. We don't need them. Defund the police. What?
I was going to do a refund the police tour, where all the money was going to go to the police. Refund them, dude. Give it back.
I shouldn't say it's my brother is a cop.
My whole family's cops. I'm Irish.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm half Irish.
Look at us.
Okay, yeah.
Firefighters.
Yeah,
I come from firefighters and cops.
Yeah.
So when everybody was like, "Fuck police,"
I know. I got real defensive. Like, do you know how hard that job is?
It's a nightmare. It is. My uncle worked on the west side of the south side of Chicago, and was like, I dare anybody to go try that.
The job is go where people are being assholes all day long.
Yep.
And when they stop being assholes, there's these other people being assholes. You have to go there, and they're going to scream at you.
In Chicago, they're dead. Go see dead assholes.
Oh, yeah, and then sometimes they're just
And
dead.
then go see all the dead guys, and then go talk to people who hate you, who don't want to help you, find out who killed their friend. He's like, that's the hardest thing in the world. What do you mean? Fucking, it's miserable. Nobody wants to do it. They're losing a lot of people. It's a bummer.
Oh my God, I'm suspicious who wants to be a cop. Now I'm like, you want to be like, what's wrong with you that you want to even jump into this? What I would have got behind was like protests for like, we need cops to have therapy twice a day, or we need like meditations twice a day for cops.
Totally.
I would have been like, okay, that makes sense.
This makes sense. Yeah.
I'll get behind that. All right, let's start it now, Joe. Joe, I want to be interesting right off the bat. I want to be
interesting off the bat. Let's go. Let's start right now. Go.
I want people to learn something from me today.
What do they learn about Kyle Dunnigan that they don't know?
Oh, about me? I was going to instill wisdom about life, but okay, about me?
What about you that people don't know?
I think I'm pretty boring. I'll be honest. I think I'm one of the most boring comedians.
Perfect for a podcast.
It's terrible for a book also. Like every comedian has like a book. It's like a fascinating thing.
Everyone has a book now.
I grew up, my family was nice to me. People were nice to me.
No trauma.
I had one sexual assault that was good on me. But it was a good sexual assault.
What happened?
I'm like, when I think back to this memory, it only brings me feelings of warmness and joy. And this is not to say, I mean, sexual assault is bad and don't do it.
Yeah,
This is not, I'm just saying my lived experience was this girl who was 13. I think I was 6.
Whoa.
This sounds really bad.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, and you should not do this. But she was like flirting with me as a joke, and everyone's laughing. And then everyone went inside, and then I was like standing on the step, and then she came over and she was like, "Bye, Kyle," and then she just made out with me.
Well,
What?
that's not that bad. That's like kids. I mean, 13 to 6 is weird, super weird. I don't know why she liked you. Was she fully functioning?
She's hot.
You were a hot 6-year-old. 6 is crazy young for a 13-year-old to like. That's weird.
Yeah, when I see a 13 on a 6, I'm like, ooh, that was weird. But in my perspective back then, it wasn't.
You were the man.
I felt like that was great, and it was like good.
Yeah, it was very bad. Is that girl dead or in jail?
I haven't checked on her. I don't know what happened.
We should call her right now. Call her up. Call
I don't
her
think
up.
I wish that we kept in touch. We didn't. I just want to go back and just say, like, sexual assault's very bad, and no one should do it. Or
Yeah,
get
it's disgusting.
It.
Yeah,
but
we
I'm
know.
saying,
That was kid weird stuff, childhood stuff.
yeah, it was never in. And I think, I mean, maybe you go to a psychiatrist and he would analyze this and say it did screw me up in some way, but I don't think it did.
It had to have. Yeah, we all say that.
In
I
what
don't
way
think it
would
did.
that have screwed me up? I mean,
False sense of
Coolness?
confidence. Yeah,
I didn't have that. That didn't happen.
Well, the shutting down with the thing you said about women at the beginning, I've had this conversation with many of my single friends when they go, maybe it's dating in LA. I don't think so. My sister lives in Chicago. Dating in any major metropolitan area is as chaotic as it is in any other city because everyone thinks there's something better that's next or something that, because the city moves in that direction.
I go to New York like once a year and it seems better.
Yeah, because everything is better when you visit. Live there. And
Like
then
I
you're
meet people and I'm like, I mean, here it's not as set up where you'd actually intermingle and bump into people and
True.
talk.
Yeah.
So I feel very isolated here in LA. And
No,
just
that part is true, but I'm sure the dating scene in New York is just as chaotic because there's so many options. Here, people can just leave you on a date, go on another date, or go see another person. Yeah, and they will. Kyle, they will. I just saw an ad on Instagram for Bumble or Hinge is getting sued.
For what?
For, it was illegally tracking messaging conversations or it was filtering messaging conversations.
Okay.
Which now you know it's all going to come out. All of these apps are going to start to crumble, and they're going to find out they all with a joke of like, oh, they're listening. They are, but now it's going to get deeper. We're all going to find out. Oh, they're logging my conversations and logging key phrases and words. You know that's coming. Lock up.
I don't type anything that's going to get me in trouble.
No, but I think it's not even that. It's not even negative. Like you did something bad. It's like they're just logging conversation, which
I'm okay with that.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Invasion of privacy is fine.
You know, I'm
going to come in your house and sit there for days on end, not
Like,
do
I
or say
don't-
anything,
that's
and then
fine.
leave.
That's fine.
Wouldn't bother you at all.
I think it's because that girl sexually assaulted me. That don't bother me.
That is exactly why.
I have no boundaries.
Yeah, you
maybe
know.
that is it. I don't really have boundaries.
You just let people in all the time.
Yeah, I think, people should have their privacy, but I also don't care about my privacy that much.
I do. In that regard, I do. Because we give so much, as comics, we're always like, look at us, here's some shit, here's some stuff, here's a joke, here's some video, So on the other side of it, I want some semblance of security to feel like you're not giving everything away all the time. You already on the internet, if you're on the internet at all, and you're on social, which you are, you post a fair amount. It's like you're giving a lot. You want even more of them to be taken?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I think the surveillance that's happening, and this might be naive, is for them to make more money. Like, their motivation is like money. So it's not like to take what I say and get me in trouble.
No, I'm not saying trouble. I'm just saying, but the motivation to get more money must have a root of mischief involved, because when one thing starts to grow, they'll start to grow something else because it's just to make money, but they can use elements from that to go, you know what else happens when this happens?
That's true. Yeah. I mean, it could get.
It's like one of the greatest inventions in American history, truly.
I would say the airplane.
No. When are they usually? During times of war.
Mm.
Yeah, because we spend all this fucking money on shit we don't need. And then in that regard, they go, you know what we found out when we were building that crazy fucking bomb? Fucking Cheetos. Like, it's stuff like that where they're like, this was.
Is that true?
Yes, the atomic bomb is how Cheetos got made.
What? How
Yeah.
did that happen?
Some of the bomb dust got on some guy's hand, and he's like, I would like this after I eat.
I went all the way.
I know, I
fell for the
dug
whole
you down.
thing.
I dug you way
The
down.
acting was good.
Thank
so
you. No, but I mean, great inventions always lead to something else when people are wasting money and war or any sort of revolution. They're wasting money on one thing. They always find another way to make money on
But
something
that's
else.
a little different. I mean, those aren't apples and apples.
Those are apples and bombs.
Yeah, it's more like two separate. All things equal, I'd like people not to spy on me. But this whole.
But now they're going to. And everybody at home listening, please start spying on Kyle Dunnigan.
Yeah, I
This
mean,
is his address and phone number right here. We're going to put it up right on the screen.
It's going to
That's
get
his home
super
address
boring.
and phone number. Well,
Yeah.
let's see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, I'm an American. I don't want any spying. But the spying that's happening with my phone, I talk about Vegas and they send me a Wynn hotel discount.
It's
I'm all
pointing
with
right
that.
at you now,
I
too. That's the
know.
best part.
It's unbelievable. We're talking about Vegas. And if I say Las Vegas, too
Vegas,
many times,
Vegas, Vegas,
they're going to
Vegas.
send me an email
Yeah.
about it,
In an hour.
which is kind of nice.
Part of it is fun.
Anyway, I seem pro-communism or something, but I'm not.
That's okay, Commie.
Don't
That's fine.
spy on us. Don't spy on me.
Oh, yeah. You've already opened the gate, dude. In fact, you of all people who make a lot of, for people that don't know, first of all, big fan of a lot of your stuff. Honestly, for years I've watched you.
Thank you.
And your political characters that you are able to do, not only is impressive, but it's also, you're begging for spy. I mean, you're getting spied on. The amount of politicians you make fun of and the way that you have gone viral with them, they're looking at you. Bud.
Well, I know I'm very unfriendly to advertisers.
Yeah.
I'm the exact thing they all hate. Everything I post on YouTube gets demonetized.
Because of language
single
content?
thing. No, it's political. It just,
Yeah.
And I get, the ad press don't want to be involved in anything political or divisive, so they don't want it. But it does suck.
Yeah, but also you're never that offensive. None of the characters are that like offensive.
I know, that's what and it's like so silly. I get so surprised. I got completely kicked off. Completely demonetized from Facebook. I can't make any money on Facebook, period. And
I'm
I
not
haven't
on
for a
Facebook.
year.
I haven't been on in a long time. Are people still on it?
Oh yeah, Facebook's big.
Is it really big? And I mean that. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it is. Well, it's also connected to Instagram.
Oh, right.
same
They're the same.
company.
They're the same now.
Yeah. But I don't know. I'm not sure how to make money. I don't know how to make money.
Well, let's try to make you some money right now.
Okay.
Guys, here is a GoFundMe right here for Kyle. Please click on this if you're watching right now. We're
would
going to get a
love
GoFundMe
that.
going. What are we talking? How much do we want to raise?
I thought about this. I think
You got to throw a
if
number
you were
out.
to like put money in my bank, we wouldn't have to work again. It would be $20 million.
20 million. Let's get to 20
Not
million.
have to work ever again.
Guys, can we please get to 20 million? Hopefully within a week or two. I think that's feasible. If everyone gives a couple bucks, we can get there for Kyle.
Seriously, it doesn't take that much. How many people watch the show?
77.
77 people?
We lost one last week, 78. And Marcos, if you are, sneak listening, we know that you left. So
Joe, start it now.
start it now.
All right, good. I feel like I haven't been interesting yet. I do.
I think you're interesting. I want to ask you,
Yeah.
I heard through the grapevine that Bill Maher is not a fan of your impression of him.
I did a couple of videos of him where he was it was the most innocuous, non-offensive, non-attacking him videos.
They were very
He was just
good.
like reading to children was the whole thing. It was like,
Yeah.
oh, would you eat green eggs? You wouldn't. Like he's reading like children's books. It was just a silly, it wasn't even about him really. And then he went on Joe Rogan and he just brought me up out of nowhere. He brought me up.
Good
Because
press, though.
It was the day you had some guy was doing a terrible impression of me. He said that I was doing a terrible impression of him. And then Joe was like, oh, Kyle, no, it's a great impression. And he's like, Jamie, play a video. And he goes, if you play that, I'm leaving. He got really mad.
That's so fucking funny.
And then after he did that, then I felt free to really do some Bill Maher videos.
Yeah.
Then they got really, I think I went too far, actually.
Why do you say that?
Well, the next video I did, like, it was like a Bill Maher gangbang is what I did next.
You think he's never been in a gangbang before?
No, I think it hit home really hard. It was a Make-A-Wish, like it was like make a sketch where like a sick boy wrote this sketch. This is the premise of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, I don't want to do this, but Caleb, wrote this. And I would just keep cutting back and forth this gangbang. Everyone just fucking Bill Maher in the ass. Anyway, now I actually went to Hawaii with him in his plane. He doesn't remember me, I'm sure.
You went to Hawaii in his private jet?
We went on vacation together. This is back like 10 years ago.
How did this come about?
But I was dating a girl who was friends with him. We missed our plane to Hawaii. So he was like, come on my plane.
How did you even get connected with him to come on his plane?
My girlfriend at the time was friends with him.
Oh, it must have been good enough friends to come to my plane to Hawaii.
Yes.
That's insane.
Yeah. So anyway.
Had they ever dated?
No, they were never.
Because that seems like that could have been I'm trying to find the pinhole of why he still has a little bit of a gripe with you.
I just was like, I don't think he even remembers. Like, I was invisible to him on this trip. Like his back, I would always get his back.
How many people were on the jet?
It was Alan Thicke.
Love a good Thicke.
He was great. I loved him. And his wife. And then I think 2 writers. And then me and my girlfriend.
Like writers from his show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And 10 years ago, you miss a flight. She says, I'll call Bill. And Bill goes, come on my jet.
Yeah.
And you went, and he doesn't own a jet, though. He
rented it, I guess.
Yeah,
chartered one. And he had to show in Hawaii. And, we had dinners, and he just was so mean to me. I really clocked him that trip. Like, I don't like this. This guy's, like, not nice to me. And my girlfriend was like, he's not being nice to me. I'm like, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
And he just was not nice to me. And I'm like, this, they're all billionaires. I'm this, like, poor guy who you could just be nice to. And, like, Alan, everyone else was really nice to me.
Yeah.
I mean, we were going to dinners, like, my hand was shaking giving my credit card to these dinners we were going to.
Because you were nervous and not paying.
I didn't eat. Like, I didn't order a entree once. I just acted like because I was scared. At this time, I had very little money. And I don't know. I was just like, this guy's kind of a dick. And then there was another thing where I was at the Ice House, and he was on the show, and he wouldn't let anybody in the green room. And there was nowhere to stand. You know?
The Ice House, you were in that hallways where you'd have to stand.
Yeah, so I'm on the show, and I'm like, this fucking guy. And I went in there, I sat in there, and they didn't kick me out. But it was just like.
And he didn't converse with you at all?
No. That I was betraying a thing. This was before the trip to Hawaii, but I just was like, this fucking guy. Anyway, I agree with like everything he says.
In here, we pour whiskey.
This episode of Whiskey Ginger is brought to you by Squarespace. Hey, if you don't know what Squarespace is, what's going on with you? Have you heard me talk about it? I've been chatting about Squarespace so much for so long. I really appreciate their partnership because I use them and I absolutely love Squarespace. If you're looking to create your own site, if you're looking to sell something, if you're an artist, an entertainer, a producer, if you've got your own little small business now because of the pandemic, the pandy kicked you into high gear of making something from the comfort of your home. I got to tell you, Squarespace is the best place to create your own site so everybody can see what you're pushing out to the world. A beautiful online store. You can sell your products and an online store that they host. Whether you sell physical or digital or service products, Squarespace has the tools you need to get you start to sell online, okay? They got Fluid Engine. With Fluid Engine, next generation website design system from Squarespace, it's never been easier for anyone to unlock unbreakable creativity. Start with the best-in-class website template, customize every design detail with reimagined drag-and-drop technology for desktop or for mobile. Stretch your imagination online with Fluid Engine, built in, ready to go for any Squarespace site. I'm not a smart man, okay? I didn't know how to build my own site. I used the Fluid Engine. I used Squarespace templates because it was so much easier and cleaner, and it is drag-and-drop technology. You can literally just go here. Back in the day, you had to learn how to code zeros and ones and zeros. Didn't know how to do it. So thank God for Squarespace. They are so wonderful. They show you your analytics, which helps me find out where you guys are so I can come see you when I'm on the road. You need to use Squarespace if you're looking to build a site and get your product, your business, yourself, your thoughts, your items or your ideas out to the world. So go to squarespace.com for a free trial. Squarespace.com for a free trial. When you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/whiskey to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. So go over to squarespace.com for a free trial. When you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/whiskey to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Once again, go over to Squarespace, all right? Go to squarespace.com. You got a free trial. Check it out. Try it out. When you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/whiskey to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Oh, baby, I like my Bird Dogs. Bird Dogs just sent me a package yesterday. I just got a package from Bird Dogs. Love them so much. My favorite thing about Bird Dogs, those inner liners. I love the shorts with the inner lining so I can go for a jog, go for a run, jump in the pool, play with my pup. They're comfortable. They don't stink. They stretch because sometimes I get fatty patty legs. You know, sometimes I get fatty patty legs. You know, when I'm a bad boy and I'm chips and salsa late at night, I get fatty patty legs. And I love that the Bird Dogs stretch. Bird Dogs make such comfortable, functionable clothing. It's incredible. The best part is now they got these khaki shorts. They look like khaki shorts, but they function like gym shorts. So it's a great trick, baby. Trick the world into being the comfort king or queen that you truly are. Bird Dogs is incredible. They make such a great product, and I love working out in them, and I love lounging around the crib in them because I don't like wearing underwear, and I love sliding in and out of my Bird Dogs. Free birding. I'm free birding. That's the new phrase. I'm free birding in my Bird Dogs. Free dogging. Nah, free birding. All right, so go check it out. If you want to grab yourself a pair of comfy Bird Dogs, go to birddogs.com/whiskey. Enter the promo code whiskey for a free tumbler with your order. That's birddogs.com/whiskey. Enter the promo code whiskey for that free tumbler. Get yourself some Bird Dogs.
Ginger. I like gingers.
I know it's lame to ask you, but I really want you to just give me more Bill Maher when I hear.
Okay, people.
Just
here's the thing. Okay, everything's condescending. Oh, really? And there's like a face thing.
Like, Bill, tell me about how do you feel about Trader Joe's? Do you like
Trader Joe's has the worst parking lots. Can we get a bigger parking lot?
He does find a minute thing, and he does a thing where I would already agree with it, and I don't have any beef with him. I'm just saying he does a thing where I already agree with you, but then he inflates it to make it feel like it's extra. Like, can you fucking believe? And you're like, we know. I know.
He's the first person.
Right. The first one on the moon. Like, and everybody's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yes, I guess.
New rule. Do we have to buy our own bags? Which, by the way, honestly, I never can remember. I have the bags. I never bring them in.
I do it out of protest. You don't tell me. I don't. I want the paper bag.
No one tells you when to bring a bag in.
Yeah, fuck you. I'm gonna fucking bring my paper bag. You know what? Cheers, dude. Fuck your bags. There it is. We almost got there.
You.
I don't bring bags. I don't bring them. There's paper there. I'll take the paper. They'll recycle. It'll be fine.
10 cents though. That adds up.
Can I be honest with you right now? I'm doing okay. The 20 cents. The 20 cents. I got it.
Yeah.
I'm doing that to supplement other people.
What took off your career? What started you feeling like, oh, things are starting to line up for me?
My sex tape leaked, and I think that was probably one of the best things I had ever done. You don't think that was good?
No.
Why? It didn't show me in a good light.
It wasn't compelling. Was there anything else? Was there some other moment? The pandemic. Did you start catching waves then?
No, I think like the beginning of my career was like I did a couple of sitcoms, and then I did,
Oh yeah, what were you on?
Floundered through some stuff, and then comedy started to kind of rumble in a good way because of the internet and podcasting and all that stuff. And
what was the show you were on? I can't remember the name of it. You were on
I'm Dying Up Here. I did that on Showtime where we did the Comedy Store. First, I did one called Mixology years ago.
Mixology, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good gigs.
No, they're not. They were terrible.
Yeah, they are. Well, they write everything and they edit it, and you just do the lines.
Yeah, acting. Yeah, it's kind of easy.
Like the greatest.
Yeah, Seinfeld said it best. He's like, you play dress up. My daughter does that every single day.
That's one gig I have come. Seinfeld is he put me in this movie, and I didn't even have to like audition.
In the Kellogg movie?
Yeah, the Kellogg movie.
Yeah, people. I don't know if can we talk about that? Is that public? I have no idea.
I think it's public that it's coming out.
Yeah, I remember I got sent that script and I read it. and for people that don't know, it's about the Kellogg brothers were brothers, Kellogg cereal, and it is like this hysterical feud that they had. I actually watched.
Oh, this is a different movie.
Oh no,
It's about Pop-Tarts,
oh
which is Kellogg.
yeah, no.
But they're not.
The basis was of which there was Kellogg brothers.
Okay.
I'm almost positive.
This isn't in the movie.
It's either Post or Kellogg. One of those two were
Okay.
brothers,
Yeah.
and they had a competing cereal brands. That's not in the film at all.
No,
God, I'm so
the Post versus Kellogg feud is there, but not the brothers.
I'm almost
I could
positive.
be wrong. But anyway,
Did you read the script?
I did a bunch of table reads before I was even given a part. But I don't
Here.
remember the brothers in there.
Yeah, John Harvey, Will Keith Kellogg, the Kellogg brothers.
But just acting
Yeah,
is
so
the
what happened was they sparked this rivalry because one of them wouldn't share the recipe, and he wanted to go off on his own, and so behind his back he stamped like the Kellogg name on one of the that's how that was started by Kellogg's.
Okay, that is not the focus of this film.
Oh, what is this now?
It's the guy who invented the Pop-Tart.
So the original thing that I read was about the feud of the brothers.
Really?
And stealing the name. Yeah, that was the first
Was
draft.
it Seinfeld?
That was the movie. I don't know if he was his
Oh,
yet.
this is probably two Kellogg movies that just were around the same time.
God damn the
It
Kellogg
must be
brothers.
because it was
man.
always about Seinfeld's bit about the Pop-Tarts.
So this movie is about the
The
Pop-Tart.
Pop-Tart, yeah, coming up with the Pop-Tart.
And is the movie good?
I mean, I haven't seen it.
How
I
much are
haven't
you
seen
in
it.
it?
I have like 4 scenes that are, small, relatively small. I play Walter Cronkite and Johnny Carson in it.
You play Walter Cronkite.
Yeah.
I went to his
Well,
school.
Did you really?
Yeah, I went to the school of journalism.
School? Oh.
Walter
Okay,
Cronkite.
cool. Where's that?
Arizona State. It's not a real place.
Oh. Arizona?
State.
Oh.
It's a state school.
Oh, okay.
I didn't come from any money. We couldn't afford a real nice school. State school was that was kind of my state school was like really. I knew I was going to a state school.
Mm.
Out of state though, that's kind of nice, but it was cheaper than in-state state schools in Illinois at the time. ASU I think cost me $8,000 a year or something. I don't even remember what it was back then.
Yeah, my first year I went to a very expensive school, and I was like, this is such a waste of my parents' money that I transferred to a state school.
How much was it? $20K a year or something like that?
It was like more. Yeah, it was
Holy
like
shit. Where'd you go?
30. I went to Ithaca College for a
Oh,
year.
Ithaca is so nice. You were a smart young man, huh?
Not really. I couldn't read. I still can't read.
Can you read like that sign?
I mean, I can read, but it's really slow and bad and arduous. And when I was growing up, that meant you were dumb. It was the equivalent of you being stupid. And so I went to a few speed reading courses my parents put me in.
Mm-hmm.
And one was with these nuns. And we had to drive like an hour and a half to this place. And they had this machine. It would project on the wall. And it was to help you read better and train your mind. So there was 10, I remember this very well. There was 10 like phases, and the first one was like very slow, and 10 was like super fast. So they tested me when I first got there, and I was on level 1. I couldn't read faster than level 1.
Mm-hmm.
And the nun saw I was upset, and she was like, don't worry, by the end of the summer, you'll be on level 10. And I was like, really? I was really excited because I really didn't want to be stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would go there like 3 times a week, hour and a half each way, and worked really hard. End of the summer, they did my test. Guess what level I was on?
For the sake of comedy, I'm going to say 3.
1.
You
I was on 1.
You didn't move.
And I remember her like lightly patting my back goodbye. Like you could see.
Some children cannot be saved.
Yeah, she was like, the faith of God just fell off her face. But anyway, I never was tested for any reading problem, but I must have one.
Do you think maybe some of that came from the trauma of the sexual assault from that girl?
Yes, that's what it was.
Were you reading a book when she
hurt me
kissed
from
you?
Reading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine you're reading Tom Sawyer's.
I was
and
reading
she's-
Tom Sawyer,
And she's
yeah.
kissing you, and then everything just went numb.
Everything garbled
and
up.
words became toxic and evil to you.
God, where is she? I want to talk to her.
Were you ever, as a kid, did you get all were you given a lot of love?
A decent amount. It was fine. I mean, there's really
Because
nothing
you have a
to
level
complain
of
about.
calmness about you. That means
I haven't slept.
oh,
I sleep like 2 hours a night.
why?
I don't know. I think I need to meditate more. I also have a very unhealthy, sanitized bedroom situation. Not dirty,
Do you live in
but
filth?
no, but like it's not like I have screens, like the TV's on all night, my phone's in my bed with my laptop. It's not, what do you call it? My bed hygiene. Hygiene's the wrong word. I'm not looking for it.
Hygiene is not it.
It's, there's a word for this. Anyway.
Like your bed manner, your bedside manners. I don't know. Your room is a tech cave. It's like a tech chaos cave.
It's very bad for sleep. I went to a sleep therapist. I paid it was almost $6,000 to go to the sleep therapist when you could just Google what she told me, but she spread out over like 6 sessions. But anyway, what you do is if you can't sleep, and this completely works, but I won't do it because I did it once and it works. You can't look at screens an hour before you go to bed.
Yeah.
And you wear the stupid blue blockers. And then you lie in bed. And if you can't sleep, you get up and you read a book in a chair. And when your head starts to nod, then you get back into bed. If in 5 minutes you're not asleep, you get back out of bed and you sit in the chair and you read your head nods. And you get back in. It's exhausting for a week. Yeah. But after a week, your brain goes, I get it. And you lay down, you sleep. It's great. But then once you just creep in, I'm gonna watch a little TV or you're done and you spiral back. That's what happened to me.
I've accepted the fact that my sleep patterns are absurd because of the career that we have. That sometimes if I'm on the road and I'm touring and I'm gonna get good sleep, and some nights I'm gonna get terrible sleep. Some nights I get no sleep. I've accepted it.
Let me tell you the insanity of the road.
Give it to me, baby.
This is what I've distilled it down to, which is what you don't really think about, but was what's crazy making. You're alone for 23 hours. Then you have too much attention for an hour. Then you're alone for 23 hours. And you have too much attention for an hour. Then you're alone for 20. And then after 5 days, you just feel like an alien and completely unattached and isolated. It's very weird. Unless you go on the road with friends, which I'm not at that level with the bus and the good times.
That's what we're doing. Good times.
I'm sorry, man.
I'll FaceTime you from the bus and show you how fun we're having.
I don't want to even know what you guys are doing. Where are you guys going? Who do you go on the road with?
Me and Bobby Lee are touring around the country right now.
You guys are assholes.
But we're playing pretty marginal rooms. They're like 3,000, 4,000 seats. Just a couple of people.
I seriously considered a spit take to be fine, but it wouldn't have been.
You could have done it.
It would have been worth it.
This is fine. This is fake carpet and shit.
It would have gone all over you.
No, I get it though. That is kind of like the blue light of phones is like when you are on the road, because for years, I did that for years and years and years of like all the attention, nobody, you're alone in your room eating bad fast food. All the attention, in your room jerking off, trying to get to bed in a hotel. Like that is true. That is that same effect on your brain of like, it's toxic. That's why there was nights I would be exhausted, get in the hotel bed after doing shows, want to go to sleep, can't sleep, wake up, jerk off, try to go to sleep again. You don't wake up and jerk off?
TMI. Whoa, dude.
Might be. Wake up, masturbate.
Okay.
And try to go back to sleep. One time at 4 a.m, I sat in the tub. And sitting in the tub at like a Marriott Courtyard is just it's just a bummer.
You sat in the tub. Okay.
Well, I turned on the fucking water.
Usually you go like I got in the tub. You say I sat in the tub.
Well, because it was depressing. Getting in the tub sounds nice. Sitting in the tub sounds sad.
I see. So it's like the tub is over and you're now just sitting in water. The tub. Okay. I actually know what you're talking about. I oddly know what you mean.
You've been there. If you've been there,
I've
you know.
sat in my tub. Yeah.
It's sad. It's not I'm taking a bath.
No, it's over. The bath is over.
The bath is over.
Now you're just sitting in the tub. Okay. Yes.
Welcome back to Sitting in a Tub with Kyle Dunnigan. Today we're going to talk about how sad it is to just sit in a tub. And also those tubs are small. You're kind of a tall guy. I'm a tall guy.
No, I'm not.
How tall are you?
5'8" and a
Long
half.
legs.
Short legs.
Stick them out.
It's an illusion you're saying.
Go straight forward.
I have the tiniest little legs.
They look long.
I have the legs of a 12-year-old girl.
I know. I was trying to hype you up for the audience. You ruined it. He's tall, ladies. He's taller than he looks.
That's the one thing. It's like people are so sensitive to other people's feelings, except like if you're like dating apps, like under 5'10", don't bother. It's like, oh, it's okay to. There's certain things.
Yeah, we have to be very promotional.
Being a redhead, people like feel like free to pick on redheads. You're a good-looking guy, you got confidence.
Cheers.
But there's like little boys who are redheads who it's okay to like. I think we should shit on everybody. I'm not saying.
I agree.
But if you're gonna not shit on anybody except for redheads and short people, we got to. What are we doing?
It's still socially acceptable to make fun of certain things. For some reason, it's just like you say anything about a fat person, it's like you're the worst person to ever live. You say something about someone who has a lazy eye, you're like, it's like, how dare you? That's a disability. But then if you go, look at this little short redheaded loser.
Ugh.
Gross.
Girls look like
troll.
Short guys.
Look at that little troll.
Yeah.
No, it is funny how we're supposed to be, no shaming, and we're supposed to be like sex positive and promotion of everyone's lifestyles, but they are allowed to slide through on certain ones where they're like, short guys are gross. Why?
Yeah, white men, fucking pieces of shit.
Well, they are
That's, like,
gross.
cool.
Most white men are gross. And that's just because we've seen us enough where you see a couple of whites walking around and you're like,
Men are gross.
I think guys, in general, it's actually
All
men are gross.
I don't know how they even do sex.
With us?
It's disgusting.
I think their computer goes somewhere else. I think their brain literally puts them in another place because their body instinctively would go, no, no, no.
Yeah.
So
and
their
they
brain
do,
has to
yeah.
go, whoop, and they're morphed into somewhere else and they disappear.
In the female brain, the craniums are smaller, so they can't fit as much brains in there.
Right.
And then
Right.
there's that problem.
Right. What does they say? The female brain is 1/4 the size of a male brain?
It's
Or it's less than a quarter?
It's 3/4 smaller.
Right.
And then add on to that, the whole shoes and bags thing, which takes up a lot of the brain.
Just the right hemisphere is shoes and bags. Right. Yeah.
What is that? By the way, this has been covered, but it really, I know it's like a...
Someone at home is literally like, do they really think that? Is that how they really think?
No,
That's disgusting.
It's the fact the cranium is a lot smaller. Like this is science. You can't get...
What were you saying, the shoes and bag
okay.
thing? I don't want you to skip that.
No, I mean, it's been treaded over, but it really, that stereotype, a lot of them really do love shoes and bags.
Yeah, well,
a lot of them.
As a straight man,
Yeah.
I feel like that's our cars and toys. Like how guys love computers and tech and we're like obsessed. Like, dude, I know friends that have to have new tech. They're obsessed with new tech.
Yeah.
And that's their shoes and bags. So they look at us being like, why do you give a fuck about that new TV, computer, iPad, watch, phone? But who cares?
But that stuff's cool.
That's what they say. Shoes and bags. What's your embarrassing, like, what's the thing that you know is like, it's a little embarrassing that you love it, but you will pay good money for it. You don't care.
Oh, like something I shop for?
Well, or
I clearly don't buy clothes.
No, not clothes. Yeah, that's no.
I do like tech stuff. I bought an iPad.
This is what I mean. Yeah, you don't really need it, but you're like, I really like to have a little mobile computer without keys.
Yeah, and I go to Starbucks and I look and I think I don't even need to look at this right now.
It's so stupid. And also iPads, then everybody gets the keyboard attachment for the iPad.
Yeah, I got that.
So you just bought another fucking computer.
You got an uncomfortably small keypad for your,
It's so hard to type on.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. Those things are so dumb. They were like, I had a Helio phone. That was a phone that you probably don't even remember. Back when Blackberries were hot, there was a company called Helio that was like a sidekick.
Yes.
And it had the smallest keys you've ever seen in your fucking, I couldn't do it. I would double hit keys all the time. And I thought, why would I do this?
Yeah.
This is a complete waste of time.
You know, I love, and I want us to transition into electric cars because during the pandemic, no one was driving. And I live where my outdoor, you wouldn't have to clean it. And now every week there's this black gunk I got to wipe down. I just want us all to be in electric cars.
Oh, yeah. Do you drive an electric car right now?
I do. And I'll tell you, it's in every way, it's better. The big thing, I think they need to do a commercial where a guy drives up, right, in his electric car, and there's, and there's the person like putting gas in their phone, and their phone has like a little like engine, and there's, smoke coming out of it. And he's like, why do you have that? And he's like, oh, because like, I don't like to wait too long to, fill my phone up. And then I haven't thought this commercial through. Hold on.
I can tell.
The point of the thing is people equate, which is natural. Like I go to a gas station every week. I don't want to wait at a charger a half hour every week.
Right.
I'll just fill it up in 5 minutes. But it's not the same thing. It's a phone. It's like a phone. You plug it in when you go home.
Yeah.
It charges when you're asleep. I never go to a gas station or I never go to a charging station.
The only time would be on a road trip. I've taken a Tesla on a road trip, and then you have to stop, and then all you do is eat for 15 minutes.
Yeah, you've already been driving 3.5 hours. You want to stop and eat, and it takes a half hour. But you have to sit waiting to charge your car as much as you have to sit waiting to charge your phone on the road when you're not at your hotel. Like you don't.
It just happens.
It's just
It's
like
too
so
convenient.
much better.
I agree. I know what you're saying. What do you drive? A Tesla? Do you have one of those?
Yeah.
Which one? The 3? The S?
Three.
Yeah, the 3. You look
The
like a
poor
3.
person one.
Yeah, I could tell you were a 3.
Yeah.
Do you know why I knew you weren't an S?
Why?
You don't seem like a large sedan guy. You don't seem like you'd want a big, long sedan.
I have the Cybertruck on hold. I don't know if I'll be able to afford it, but I have it reserved
Why would you buy that?
because it's awesome.
Do you need a pickup truck?
No.
Yeah,
Not
that's
at all.
I know that I don't get. I guess
No.
that's where that's the electric. I agree. I know what you mean by, but that's the part of it where I go, that's silly. You would never need a pickup truck.
Well, now I will.
Practicality, I think you need a pickup truck if you're loading stuff in the back for
But
work.
I also got a thing that goes in the back reserved where it pops up and it's like a shower and a bed and an office. And then you can just go anywhere and you plug it in and then you're just on God's good humor.
Okay, I like it. You know what? I take it back. I like it.
Just imagine. And it's got windows so you could just go to the beach and pop it up and then you're just frying eggs, take a shower, go to the beach. I mean, it's
I do like this.
game changer.
I'm on your side now. My problem, I know what you mean. I think that's cool, the electric car thing. I get it. I've always been a combustion engine guy. I like cars. I'm a huge car fan. So like,
What do you like about cars?
why do I like engines over
What do you-
batteries?
Yeah. What are you getting out of that you feel like you're going to miss?
The sheer power, like you actually feel the power of an engine. Like you can physically feel the pull of an engine, where the pull of electric, it's impressive. I've driven the Plaid. I've been in fast electric cars. It feels like a go-kart. It doesn't feel like there's any machines working. And I like that feeling for some reason is like, it's in my gut. Like I love the feeling of a machine working and these pistons smacking together. There's something beautiful about fire and combustion. And fucking engines like just slamming and pumping to pull you forward is, I don't know. It's something beautiful
I
about
mean,
it.
I could see that
In the same way,
being
like humans were
something-
obsessed with horses, why we rank horsepower in cars, because it was impressive to physically see this machine, this animal machine, yank humans was wild. That had to be able to go, get me 7 of them. If 1 is good, 7 must be better. And it's going to pull a lot more weight. And there's something impressive about that I think humans
so
naturally.
you can have like your fun car and your driveway most of the time, but like you don't go out and every time you drive you go, wow, do you? Like
I
it really
do.
is something where
I do, but
maybe it's
but I'm a car
actually,
guy. I love
Yeah.
car. Like my car, I just ordered a new car, and it's a waste.
What kind of car
It's
is
a
it?
waste. I'm not gonna. I'll tell you later. It's embarrassing. It's
It's a
embarrassing.
GT.
What is that? Just naming a GT? I don't even know.
I just hear that's a car. People say, isn't that a car?
Yeah, sure. There's
GT?
I mean, GT would be like attached, like a Ford GT.
Mm-hmm.
No, I can't. That's like
Okay.
no.
You bought a Lamborghini.
I bought 2 Lamborghinis.
Shut up.
One for me, one for you. One's
All
pink and
right.
one is blue.
I would love to drive one, but the downs that you turn the car, it stinks. You're shortening lives. It's just there's so many downsides to cars. Now, as a
Yeah.
fun thing, I get that, but it is the speed and the instant torque is fun too that you don't get from a car.
Well, no, you do
Right.
get them from nice car, from like very high performance cars.
You can't get that instant torque. You still got a little
No,
that
you do.
current, right?
No, you do. For performance cars. I'll take you in my car after this. We'll have some fucking fun. And you'll go, this is kind of nice.
I just feel like you get used to it a little bit after a while. And then ultimately, the day-to-day, sitting in traffic most of the time, you want to be, also the autopilot on Tesla is unbelievable. People, I don't think it's being
See, I don't
talked
want,
about.
I don't want it to drive me. I don't like that. I want to drive. I like driving.
But you
Some
can
people
always
like driving.
disengage.
I know, but I want to engage. I like
For
engaging.
7 hours to Arizona, you want to engage the whole
I'll
time?
be on a plane. That's insane. Why the fuck
I
am
drove
I?
to Arizona. It's fucking great.
Why?
You sit back. You're free. The car drives itself.
What are you doing the whole time when you're driving
Ah.
7 hours?
He's on the text.
Yeah, fuck that. Be on a plane for 45 minutes texting and then land in Arizona.
No, you get your car. That's nice.
No, I do. This is where I differ. I am not to mention the fact that mining for lithium is absolutely going to fucking ruin the earth, by the
No,
way.
not at all.
100%.
Lithium is in every continent, every country. It's a very
The creation of electric cars costs way more for the earth in the long
no,
run. It
absolutely
will.
not.
For sure.
I'm going to tell you why you're wrong.
For
and
sure.
This is important to talk about
Let's
because you
hear
have a big audience. It's also again equating it to combustion engines, ICE vehicles. It's not the same. Once you mine the stuff, it's all very reusable and
We'll see.
No. It's very easy. They can already do it. There's already companies started where you can take batteries, and every time you recycle them, they become even more pure. So once we get enough of this stuff, and these cars die, and they take the batteries, it's going to be a self-generating thing. Unlike you burn fossil, you got to keep digging more and more. It's not like that. But a lot of these things, you have to dig so deep because there's so much money being lost with the oil companies having this transition, which is going to happen just naturally, but it's being really slowed down because of the misinformation that's being really pumped out there pretty hard. It's hard to, like very few people know this fact. And people should know it. Like, it should be promoted. We want to get, into reusable energy. We want to get off, fossil fuels. We have to. I mean, there's only like a certain amount. We're going to hit peak oil, at some point. Sure. I mean, you go around, we used to be the biggest producer. Then it was like Venezuela. It bumps around because people dig up their oil and then they have to like slow down because they see. And even the, United Emirates and places over there, they're putting money into making their place, like Dubai, into a tourist place because they see the end of the oil. Like, they know it's a...
Well, that's also like a fake paradise too. They want more money to come in because it's a playground for billionaires.
Yeah, but the point being, like, they see the end of their like money train, and they know they
But there's without a doubt something. Nothing was without cost. So something is coming from mining all of these materials. For there's no chance that it's clean. I saw that guy on Rogan talking about, first of all, the amount of slave labor that's happening that's digging some of this stuff is awful and crazy.
But I mean, Tesla's very much on top of that. I mean, there's I don't know, their latest stock shareholder meeting. Like, they're very much on top of making sure there's no slave labor or using children.
But can we though? Unless we're seeing it all the time. Like, we have iPhones.
He said he would put. That's the thing. It's like we're
using slave labor iPhones.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I don't buy it. When a major corporation says we are doing our diligence, don't buy it. I don't buy it. I think they are all doing what's gonna make them the most money, and if it is at the cost of, a balance of humanity, they will look the other way because they're like, we had no idea that company. We hired out a third-party company to do that. We didn't know they were doing that.
I think generally that's true, but I don't think it's true in this case.
For this? I don't know.
Yeah, because it's cobalt is like the
cobalt. Yeah, the mining of cobalt.
That's the big one, and so they've taken it out of 97% of the battery. It's only 3% cobalt at this point, and they're looking to get rid of it completely. Like, they're very much realized their brand. You may think it's like a greedy thing, a greedy company. They know their brand, and people aren't going to put up with it, and they're going to protest.
Yeah, it's for
some reason we don't with the iPhone, but and all phones, like your phone's a completely cobalt. It's like
it's all cobalt. This thing.
It's mostly So we don't have a problem with that, but also I don't think, and I don't mean to be like a Tesla fanboy. I certainly
you sound like it, though.
I know I do, but I do have criticism of him. But I think there's a lot of shit about him that's just being pumped out. That's not true. I mean, I know he open sources patents. Now, someone who's a greedy motherfucker doesn't do that. That's someone that's a very strong push to backing. I really want us to move to reusable energy.
And make it better, right? The opening of being like, if you can do this better using the things that I've created, make it better. No, I think that's cool.
Close that patent and make money off it. But anyway, I'm not saying he's a perfect guy. Definitely got flaws. But there's so much bad shit about EVs, and I see so little corrective information that I have energy to this is a very funny podcast. All right, Joe, start now.
Well, because there's lobbyists that really make a lot of money on that. It's the same thing with guns and cigarettes. It's like the reason that alcohol and guns and cigarettes, we know they're the deadliest things in the world, but they're making so much money on it. They can't stop now, baby.
I want a gun. Do you have a gun?
Yeah. Joe, bring in the gun. Imagine if we had a gun for a guest. Every guest gets a gun.
I would love that. I went and I shot. It's terrifying.
I love shooting guns, but you know what? I get the danger, but I was raised knowing my dad was extremely, we didn't have like guns all over the house, but if we would go hunting in Wisconsin or Northern Illinois, it was a big deal for him to like really, because I was a fucking lunatic when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So he was like, this is for real, dude. There's
Yeah.
no fucking around. And if anybody was even remotely goofing around, he would shut it all down. Even like, he didn't like any sort of, there was no playtime with guns. It wasn't.
Yeah, it's good, smart.
Well, it changed the way my perspective on it. Now, granted, that was probably, my dad's the minority. He was the son of a military guy. So like, he took it all very serious. We were the minority. Most people that we knew or hunted that they used guns, fucking, they'd be like, check this out, man. They'd fucking pop off in their backyard.
Yeah.
But that's the problem is nobody takes it serious.
Yeah, what's kind of stopped me from getting one is just that statistic of like, you probably shoot yourself if you get a gun. You'll
likelihood
probably
is
die or
pretty
kill
high.
your family.
Yeah. If you were going to get a gun though, what would you get? How big?
Oh, just that kind of small, and then
Like a
the
Glock?
revolver. No, the
you want a
revolvers
revolver.
don't jam as much. They said get
Right.
a revolver. That's like a.
I'd love to see you shoot somebody.
You know, I would if they
Two-handed.
deserved it.
Yeah.
But I went to the gun range and I went to the guy. I was like, "Yeah, give me a gun." And he was like, "You ever shot before?" I was like, "Yeah, I shot before." So he gave me the thing, and I went in there, and I was terrified, and I was like, "I can't pull the trigger." But what made me pull the trigger was the idea that I would go back and go, "I couldn't shoot it," to the guy who I was acting so tough in front of, and it's like, "No, this is not for me." So I shot that, and then once you shoot it once, you're like, "Oh, this is no big deal." But
It does scare you a little bit when you go to those places and you shoot a gun. And maybe it's a dark brain, but
yeah.
I stood there for a second when my round was empty. And I was like, what's stopping the stranger next to me just turning and shooting
that's
me?
another fucking thing.
I didn't like the thought of a stranger.
Yeah.
I don't know this man who's next to me in this other bay. We're protected, but what would stop him from moving around it, coming up to, that's fucked me up. I was like, what stopped this guy from
And
killing
then I
me?
think I could shoot that guy.
You would go the
that-
other way. You go, I could kill
thought
everybody in
that.
here.
I was like, I should shoot these people.
This is a great movie.
What are you
This is
gonna
like a Tarantino film of like two perspectives at the same time.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
we
going,
cut to it. Yeah.
of me being like, God, what if
Yeah.
somebody just, and you're like, God, I could do anything I want in here.
I
Yeah,
wa-
they're
the thing
dangerous.
was like 5 feet
and
away.
fun.
I couldn't fucking hit it.
The target.
The thing was right there, and I'm like, how does there no holes?
Well,
in
because
this?
you're probably moving when you're shooting, right? The kickback probably moves the bullet.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to have a pretty strong forearm to hold it really tight. Let me see
Yeah.
your forearms real fast. Yeah, those are not. If you shot it like this, I don't think it was
Yeah.
going to go anywhere.
That-
It is fun to do it, though. I know it is really. You do it, and you're like, this is great. It's
I don't know.
scary, but great.
yes, but I'm also just like, if there's a gun in my house, I feel like every now and then I'd be like, there's a gun in my house.
Well, you don't drink a lot,
No.
and I like to have a couple of drinks, so
Yeah, it's
I don't want it near
dangerous.
me.
Yeah.
Not for her harming anybody, but me being like, I'm gonna go play with it in the backyard, like that.
Right.
That's probably what people do. They go, I just want to go out back and
Yeah,
fuck with
I
it.
would want to shoot it.
Well, because
if I had it.
the power is insane.
It's like there's a red button in my house that says "Don't push." Do you know what I mean? Like, I
Everybody
don't wanna
wants to push
that.
it. Yeah, and
Yeah,
they
I
stare
don't
at it, going,
shoot out.
"What if I push that button?"
Or if your girlfriend's like if she didn't clean the kitchen good, and you come in as a joke, it's funny, you know,
Just a ha
just like ha ha ha. Be like, what's this?
ha. Yeah. What's up with the plates?
kind of thing.
What's up with the plates? I'm kidding. I'm
If
kidding.
any women watch this, I've said I've really
I
turned
know,
off all of
no.
them.
No.
Yeah.
Will you tell me? Will you do Elon for me and talk about guns?
So the guns were pretty cool, you know.
The way he laughs when he says statements and he laughs at them, it's like, and this is, I'm sure I'm not trying to shit on the guy. It's as if he watched a video of how to talk to people and how to laugh.
Yeah.
And he's mimicking a laugh that he's combined from seeing videos of people laugh.
Yeah.
Like he himself doesn't know his own laugh.
To be clear, I made a whole episode ragging on this person.
Yeah. No, I know.
I don't know if you saw that, but
No,
it's
I
like
know.
a full shitting on Elon. But
Yeah, but he would like that.
Yeah.
I feel like he'd be able to take the piss and go, whatever, this is a comedian making a joke.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
is
'cause-
ironic that Bill Maher is a comedian who doesn't like a comedian making a joke. And it's not even like
Yeah.
you're not even attacking something personal about him. It's not like, hey man, that's my fucking wife. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Well, with Bill Maher, I started talking about black hookers. I did.
Yeah, but that's funny. It's just funny.
According to Bill Maher.
If it's funny, it's funny.
So yeah, he does the thing. Like, so there's a lot of stuttering, and yet his laugh yeah, he just, his sense of humor, like he'll be in a room, a huge auditorium of thousands of people, and he'll say something and he will be literally the only person laughing at it. And you're like completely alone in this laugh.
Yeah, it's creepy. It does seem computerized. It's almost like
Talks about like Spaceballs, really good movie. Like yogurt. And the person will be like, what? Trying to get like, what is the joke?
But that's what happens with like rich, smart people. I'm sure like a party of that has got to be fun to watch. Everyone trying to make each other laugh with stuff that isn't quite funny.
Well, what I kind of base this thing on, the most socially awkward people are in charge of our social media. Like Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk are two of the most socially awkward, and yet, I mean, there might be like a drive to be in control of a social thing.
Yeah.
If you don't feel, I don't feel comfortable socially. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But
that's a brilliant statement, by the way. Seriously, the people who are in charge of our social media are the most socially uncomfortable people.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's creepy that they kind of. Well, but isn't that the same in any industry when you really look at it? That you go, why when people make fun of Hollywood, and they're like, some of the most like single-minded people are yelling and have the biggest platform to tell people how to think and feel.
Oh yeah.
That's even more fucked up.
The fucking awards for actors just kill me.
It's absolutely repulsive.
What in the world? You really have to step back and just think before you go to these award shows. Like these only exist because people wanted to have another show and get more ratings.
Mm-hmm.
And this was a way to get a bunch of stars together and like have another show. Like that's why the Oscars exist. It's not because you're better than lawyers and doctors. Right. It's because you're going to bring in ratings because you guys are famous. And so there's another show and they go, these are awards. And just the crying and I don't know, it seems so strange when people take those awards so seriously. You're acting. I mean, a 9-year-old won an Oscar. It can't be
a 9-year-old
that
won an Oscar?
hard. For the pianist or the piano.
Oh, yeah, sure.
But yeah, when there's like no, like the best surgeon of the year was this 9-year-old girl. It's not a thing that's that hard to do.
Right.
I mean, there's great actors. Meryl Streep was just as good when she was 24 as she is now. It's not like you study and work and get better. It's like, and is she working an hour a day on it even? Not even.
This is like, this makes me feel, and I agree, it's so funny. It's like acting, when we say like, they love the word brilliant. Oh God, they're brilliant. And you're like, brilliant it should be used much, much less. But I think there are a handful of people who are actually tremendous at acting that are able to transform, right?
And people who do work really hard. I think Tom Cruise works like, there's some people who work really hard and I appreciate like the work they put in. They're good.
Unbelievable. What that guy does is loopy shit. So that to me should be reserved for that. When you are chaotically committed, where you're like, dude, you're like another being. You're not even here anymore. That's why I think that's why recognizing it goes, that makes sense. But what you're saying that I agree with is like in the NBA, right? If you're not the top star of a team, let's say you're the fifth or sixth man of a team, you're still fucking unbelievable. Like you're better than anybody on earth.
Yeah.
Like the shittiest NBA player would beat the fuck out of the best person that you know locally playing. It would be embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, the shittiest pro actor is not any better than anybody at acting. Like the shittiest professionally working actor is just as skilled sometimes as a guy who occasionally likes to do, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. That's the problem is like the gap between the best of the best and those that are just kind of in it is insane. Versus the NBA, it's like, just because you're not a superstar, you're still unbelievably good at basketball.
Here's how we could take the piss out of it.
Yeah.
Instead of calling it acting or actors, at the awards you go, the best person playing pretend is
yeah, exactly. The best pretend
playing
person.
Pretend.
The best person play person. The best play person today.
He's so good at playing pretend.
The best liar.
When I got this role to play pretend, I knew then they would just take this.
Did you, because you're so embedded in doing impressions and like you kind of chameleon. Like Craig is by far my favorite thing.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, dude,
thank you.
I love that. And you fucking with your mom.
Yeah. She's a good actress.
But it's funny in a way. that I don't care how fabricated the bit is. I don't care how real it is. I think it's just so, it's taken from a place that does exist in the world somewhere. Someone is like that with their parent.
Yeah, yeah.
That I'm like, you're channeling a real person who does this all the time. I know that exists somewhere in the world.
It's funny because I've been doing that character since I can remember, and I think I was doing it to,
like when you were a kid, you used to play this all the time.
Yeah, with my
Really?
mom. Like she would play this character girl. I mean, this is really weird, but like,
Wait, your mom was called Girl and you were Craig?
yeah, I remember we would improvise. This is very young. This is like right after my sexual assault.
Yeah, right after the touching. This is all the trauma, dude. We're
Yeah.
finding out.
But I
So-
was like,
so
what's
you-
your name? What's your name? And then she was like, girl. I think she's bad at improvising.
Yeah,
She said
she- yeah.
girl.
Girl's bad.
And then I remember thinking, boy, I'm done doing this. But she was a really good mom. She stayed with this premise,
bit.
and we would, I don't know. But yeah, she still does bits
Like if
with
you
me. It's
called
really
her
nice.
today and just went into Craig, she would go along
I
with
don't
it.
go into like that, but like I ask her to do stuff. I'm like, hey, can you come on a Zoom and record this thing? And she'll do it.
When you woke her up like early in the morning, was it actually late at night or not?
No, that first shot is real, and I surprised her. I was like, Mom, we're doing dishes. Or she was doing dishes because I catch her, and then her acting is very real, you know?
Yeah.
And she's like naturally kind of funny. And then after that, I was like, oh, can we do these next few things? And I
Yeah,
just had her
of
do
course.
fake stuff. After
Where did the
that.
voice come from? Because it's extremely specific.
It's like, well, actually, it's we had a neighbor whose name was Craig, and he was really like a doughy. I don't know where the voice came from.
But this
though, yeah.
front list, like that is extremely
I don't know what
specific.
this is. I don't know why I started doing this. I have no idea.
Dude, I like it so much.
Whatever. Yeah.
Because you physically change shape. You like change shape. By the way,
Yeah.
great acting.
Great pretending.
Great pretending.
Mm.
But that, because I always like lisp. I was fascinated with whenever I did like a character.
Yeah.
I like lisp. But the back one is one of my,
Yes,
that's like my
yes.
favorite.
Yeah.
Because you can get away with it. And when people struggle with a back lisp, like in your conversation with them,
Back lisp. Yeah.
it's like they seriously will try to get through with it without having to like they work really hard. Like the front lisp, it's undeniable. But this one, they try to hide.
Yes.
Yeah, she better slower. But we will stay after the party's over. And like they'll try to find a way to get
Yes.
through without having it hinder them. But if you're a front lisp like Craig,
Yeah.
he can't get away with it. It's
so hard
obvious.
to respect you when you talk like that.
When
you
I
lose all respect.
when this comes
Yeah, like
out,
that teacher would get spitballs. And like, that says,
that's the substitute that everybody fucked with. That was
Yeah.
like, guys, if you don't settle down,
okay, guys.
everyone's out of this class.
Yeah.
Yeah, because speaking looks like a struggle. That's why you're like, I can't trust a guy if he can't speak.
Mm-hmm.
How could I put any investment into him?
We had a guy we tortured. I feel so bad, even now. But we, like my friend group had this ringleader who was really an evil person. I came to find out.
I know this
kind
guy.
of blame him.
Yeah.
But we just this poor guy. He was a piano teacher. He was screaming at us. He had really strong hands. 'Cause he was a professional pianist,
Mm-hmm.
and he was yelling at us so hard that the coffee mug went bink, came right off the handle.
No.
And then, of course, we're laughing even harder. But it was like he was so gullible. It was hard. This is just a quick story. We were going to go on some trip to South Carolina and sing whatever up and down the coast, just dazzle people. So he's like, we got to sell grapefruits. Your parents don't have to pay money, you know, to just go trip. We got all these grapefruit forms. The whole choir of, I don't know, 40 people, we sold one fucking grapefruit. And we just thought it was the funniest thing. And so the thing was over. It had been like months. And then we'd go, hey, man, I never got a grapefruit form. And then he'd go, that was 5 months ago or whatever, and start getting mad again about it. And then the next one would go, I didn't get a grapefruit form either. And then he'd go, I just told him. And he just would keep yelling and going. It just
Couldn't
was
figure it
so
out.
fun. And then he had a pile of music on top of his upright piano. And we just put gum and like string, and we just pull all that off, and then pull the piano away when he was playing. He wouldn't know that we were just like drag. It was torture. We went to Canada, and he was on his bed because we took we brought so many fireworks. Like our luggage was mostly filled with fireworks.
How old were
And,
you?
like,
Is this
is 17.
yes, junior high school or something?
So this one kid, Jim Mustard, he was a chronic liar, and he just was a fucking nut. And we gave him a brick of fireworks, 100 fireworks all tied together. I'm like, okay, in 20 minutes, whatever, or it was like 5 minutes, we're going to all at once throw our bricks of fireworks out our windows onto this tin thing in the middle of this concrete courtyard. It was going to be fucking insane. And the reason we were in our rooms because we weren't allowed to go out because we were already bad for something else.
Sure.
Like we were already in trouble and now we're going to do this. So this guy, Mr. Burt, comes in with this crutch. They came back early from their tour. He's like, oh boy, you guys really missed a tour. And he was in Vietnam and he had a limp because his leg almost got blown off in Vietnam. Okay. So now I'm like, oh God, Jim is about to drop this brick of fireworks. This is a Vietnam vet and I got to fucking stop this thing. You know? So I go like this, right? To go get Jim. And I see flicker. I see come out because it was like a curved end of a building. So I could kind of see his, and I'm like, I sat back down. I'm like, here it
fucking
is. Go. And this thing went off. This guy hit the fucking deck. He figured it was just another attack.
Right. You gave a guy a Vietnam flashback.
Yeah. And then we went in and the teacher who he tortured was just lying on his bed and he was rubbing his head, I remember. And he goes, you made my mother cry.
What?
It's awful.
Oh
His
my
mother was on the
God.
trip and she cried.
This poor
It was
man.
awful. Yeah, I feel bad.
Yeah, it's okay.
I really wasn't the ringleader, just to be clear.
But it sounds like you were a part of the chaos.
I was a part of
Yeah.
I was a follower, though.
It's kind of like the guy who drives the car for the bank robbery. You're like, you're involved.
Yeah, what's that guy? Gosling.
Yeah, you're Gosling. You are Ryan Gosling. When I think about you, I think about Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
Who do you think about when you think about me that's a famous actor? Come on.
Goose Gosling?
His brother, Goose? Ryan's brother?
You don't know Goose Gosling?
His little brother, Goose?
I'm pretty sure I'm right. This is like a famous picture in the 80s.
Goose Gosling?
I might be wrong.
Kyle.
Google it.
Goose Gosling? There's no way that was a real guy.
I feel like it was Goose Gosling.
Goose Gosling. He was.
Are you serious?
Yeah, but when you say the 80s, do you realize that he was born in 1900? He died in 70. So he pitched in the 30s or in the 20s.
That is not who I was thinking of. That's amazing that someone else named
Goose
something.
Gosling. It's not Gosling, but it's Gosling. Are you from another time? I feel like you might have fallen out of
I do feel
a
like
wormhole.
that is possible, yes. Are you a multiverse person?
100%.
Are you a simulation person?
Do you want to know what's even creepier about Goose Gosling? We share the same birthday. That's even weirder that you made me look this guy up that you didn't know was real, and we both are October 16th.
That's really weird.
That I don't like. Now I'm creeped out. Oh, before the multiverse, let me get to this real fast. What's your birthday?
Guess.
September 14th.
I'll send it to you in my brain.
September 14th.
No.
February 8th.
May 25th.
I'm pretty
just
close.
happened.
That was pretty close. What year?
1995.
What year?
71.
Wait, May 25th, 71?
Yep.
Number one song on May 25th, 1971. Somebody sent me this. They were like, do you know what your number one song
Wait,
was?
let me guess.
On the day of your birth. Yeah, go ahead.
Your song by Elton John.
No.
What is it?
On May 25th, 1971, Rolling Stones' Brown Sugar was top of the charts.
Makes sense.
Look at you. You are Brown
Makes
Sugar.
sense.
And that should be the name of your album.
Mm-hmm.
You know what mine was? On October 16th, 1983.
Wait, that was like the greatest year for music. By the way, 1983. I love almost every song. October 1983. Okay, it might be probably Michael Jackson.
No, it's actually, that's so funny.
Is it one of that? Is that Take On Me? No. Forget it. I want to take that back.
I looked it up yesterday.
Josie's on a vacation far away.
No, it's awful. It's a bummer.
Chameleon.
There's so many good songs, and it's a terrible song that was number one on my birthday. Total eclipse of the heart. It's awful. Total Eclipse of the Heart is such a miserable song to have on your birthday.
I wouldn't say it's a bad song. I would say it gives you a miserable feeling. Like
Yeah,
when you listen to
that's-
that song, I feel miserable.
It's sad, even though it's supposed to be a song about love.
Time I was falling in
In
love.
love.
It's kind of good though.
Now I'm only falling apart.
Harmonize with you there.
Totally. Is that Pat Benatar? Who is that?
No.
Who the fuck is that?
No, it's not Pat Benatar. It's like Goose Gosling.
Is it Goose Gosling?
I think it is.
Let's go back to Multiverse real fast.
Yeah.
I 100% believe in that. I think we are existing in multiple spaces at simultaneously. And I also think you lived many lives and your other lives bleed into these lives on accident, and that's what creates your personality traits.
I think that's more genetic coding than multiverse. I'm more leaning toward, it used to be multiverse. I actually do believe in multiverse, but I am opening my mind up to a simulation since we have found, I don't know if you know this is relatively recently, that we're made up of 3 Planck length triangles. So we're pixelated.
Who told you this?
Science, man. Come on.
Science
Google
man.
it.
No, science man.
So it used to be like, oh, we're like a vibrating energy. Like, no, we're pixelated. That to me,
Pixelated to whom? To what? To whom? I don't understand.
like beyond quarks. Like the smallest element is like the Planck length is the absolute smallest length possible without it being not existent. And 3 of those together,
it's a triangle.
That's what we're all made up of. That's what every element and atom and core is made up of that.
Well, you know the
So we're
significance of a
pixelated.
triangle in culture is extremely large. That's why pyramids. Dude, we have the triangle. The triangle, the shaped triangle, is very, very embedded in our human biology, in our history. It's very creepy.
Do you want to hear a triangle story about me?
Don't I?
So I'm in kindergarten.
I would think so.
And she's like, here's how you draw a circle, whatever grade this is, fucking idiots. So she's on the board and she draws a circle and we all draw a circle on our paper. And then she's like, now everyone draw a square. And she draws a square. And I'm like, this is fucking easy.
Yeah, you've done this.
Then she goes, now draw a triangle. And I was like, what?
Couldn't do it.
And I started crying. And she's like, okay, everyone go to the thing. Kyle, stay here. And she brought me to the board and she goes, make 3 dots and then connect the dots. And I was like, oh yeah, fucking right. You know?
Yeah.
Then she brings everyone back and she goes, Kyle's going to show everyone how to draw a triangle. And now I'm like embarrassed. I'm like, they know how to, now I look like an idiot. So I'm up there going, first you make 3 dots, then you connect them, dirt. And then I was like the idiot of the class. The next time I cried, there was a puzzle and it was the cow jumps over the moon, the spoon, and whatever that hated a diddle. I'd never been read any books as a child. I didn't know that nursery rhyme. I was trying to figure out why would a moon come after a spoon? I was trying to deductive reason my way because I couldn't do this puzzle. And then Jimmy Lamson did it in 2 seconds. He was like, cow, moon, spoon. So then I was like, felt like an idiot. And then I couldn't read.
And you know where this all came from, Kyle?
Molestation.
Being touched by that girl.
God, that was a good memory, though. Don't take that from me.
I won't.
Where can you find him?
I want to say this.
Yeah.
I hope everybody goes online, and we'll put links in the description to watch some of your stuff because I think your characters are some of the most enjoyable to watch. Like just so fucking funny and original. Better
Sounds
than
like,
it's better than anything I see on the internet. Like the deep fakes you do, even your original character, even stuff like Craig, I think is just it's so impressive because I don't think a lot of people do it anymore.
sounds like you would be sort of open to funding and maybe sending in a little Patreon.
Well,
so
once again, let's put the
you're a
GoFundMe up
fan.
right here for Kyle, and we're gonna get to 20 million hopefully by the end of the week.
What can you retire on where you're like, that's enough?
Money wise.
Yeah, where you're not going to be ridiculous. You're just going to be totally, I can go on vacation when I want. I can go where I want, first class. How much money is it for the rest of your life? Assuming you live to like 85.
I don't know. Honestly, the reason I can't compute that is because I just assume I'm just going to keep working until they say goodbye.
No, this is a hypothetical. Like you can no longer make any money.
I guess what I'm saying is I don't know of a world where I don't want to make money.
No,
like,
this is my world.
Oh, your world.
You're
I'm
in my world now, where you know.
How much would it take for me to stop work?
No. Work doesn't exist in this world.
Oh,
you just
then why does money exist?
That's tough. That's tough.
I think you're backwards there.
But you have, how much money do you need to then live the rest of your life totally comfortable? Do you think? You can just go by how much you need a year and then, times that by whatever.
How many years for what I have left? Yeah, something simple. Something not something egregious, like 80 or 90 million. Something very like.
So just a practical amount.
Something simple and easy. Yeah.
Like 2 million. Okay.
Wait, 20 million is your magic number? You think that is, you can, if you've got a check for 20, you'd be like, I'm good forever now. I can die.
If you don't take taxes out of it.
Big deal, isn't it? Taxes. Don't pay your taxes, guys. You don't need to. Turns out they'll never find you if you just keep running
Is that
from
true?
the law. Yeah, they can't find you if you keep going. But you have to never stop.
Yeah.
Where you going, Frank? Somewhere exotic.
Right.
We end the episode the same way. I want you to look in that camera right there and you say one word or one phrase that's going to end the episode. It's been a pleasure having you on the show. I really like you. I'm a big fan.
Me too. Thank you.
And one word or one phrase into that camera whenever you're ready.
So terrific.
In here, we pour whisk, 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 whisk.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.